Most people believe financial freedom begins with earning more, a higher salary, a better job. But this story isn't about a woman who suddenly became rich. It's about a woman who made a quiet decision, one that slowly, almost invisibly, changed the course of her life. She lived in a small apartment, worked a regular job, and earned a decent income. Nothing about her life suggested extraordinary success. Yet, what she did with her money was anything but ordinary. Every month, when her paycheck arrived, she followed one rule without exception. She lived on half her income. The other half was removed from her life before she could touch it. No debates. No, just this once. At first, it felt impossible. How could she survive on half her salary? Rent, bills, groceries, it all seemed too much. But she decided to try anyway. The first few months were challenging. She cooked more meals at home instead of eating out. She stopped buying things she didn't truly need. Every purchase became a question. Does this add real value to my life, or am I buying it out of habit? Slowly, she discovered something powerful. Most of the money we spend doesn't buy happiness. It buys comfort, convenience, and sometimes just the illusion of status. The half of her income she didn't spend went into savings, investments, and learning. At first, the numbers were small, almost laughable. But she knew that wealth is built quietly, over time, and consistency beats intensity. Month after month, her savings grew. She learned the patience most people never master, the kind of patience that turns small decisions into life-changing results. Then something unexpected happened. Her stress began to disappear. Bills no longer terrified her. Unexpected expenses no longer caused panic. Money became a tool, not a threat. For the first time in her life, she felt in control. She no longer lived paycheck to paycheck. She had a cushion, a safety net, and with that security came freedom. As years passed, opportunities began to appear not because of luck, but because she was prepared. When a better job required temporary risk, she could take it. When a small business idea crossed her mind, she could explore it. When friends felt trapped by debt and obligations, she felt flexible. Her savings gave her options. Her discipline gave her confidence. And slowly, she realized she could choose her life instead of being forced into it. Living on half her income did something deeper than build wealth. It reshaped her identity. She stopped seeing herself as a consumer and started seeing herself as a builder. She no longer asked, "Can I afford this?" She asked, "Does this add value to my life?" That simple shift changed everything. She began to value experiences over possessions, learning over status, freedom over fear. She found joy in simplicity, in small achievements, and in the quiet moments that most people overlook. Years went by, and the money she once saved began producing income of its own. Not overnight, not dramatically, but steadily. Investments, side projects, and small passive income streams gradually made her less dependent on her paycheck. She realized that real wealth is not the money you earn, it's the money that works for you, quietly, while you live your life. She also noticed something she hadn't expected, the ripple effect of her choices on her mindset. She became more patient, more resilient, and more confident in making decisions. She no longer compared herself to others. Social media posts, flashy purchases, and peer pressure no longer distracted her from what truly mattered. Every choice was deliberate. Every action had purpose. She started enjoying the process of planning, saving, and growing, instead of constantly chasing instant gratification. Eventually, the day came when she realized she no longer needed her full paycheck to survive. She wasn't working to avoid fear, she was working by choice. That moment didn't come with fireworks, no celebration, just a calm, profound realization. She had bought herself freedom, not through luxury, but through restraint. She didn't hate money, she didn't reject comfort, she didn't live in misery. She simply refused to let spending define her happiness. Peace, confidence, and clarity became her true wealth. She understood that joy doesn't increase with expenses. That control over your life is far more valuable than control over objects. She also realized that her choices inspired others around her, even quietly, by showing that living intentionally is possible. Years later, when people asked her for advice, she never told them to copy her exactly. She didn't say everyone should live on half their income. Instead, she asked them one question: how much of your income actually improves your life? Most people couldn't answer. Most people never stopped to ask. Her story isn't about sacrifice, it's about clarity. Freedom is built slowly, quietly, and intentionally. Wealth isn't what you show, it's what you keep. She lived on half her income, not because she had to, but because she chose to. And in that choice, she gained something far greater than money. She gained control, she gained peace, she gained time. She gained the confidence to live life on her own terms. And that is the kind of wealth that never disappears. If you enjoyed this story and want to see more inspiring content, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update.